everybody, it's Keren here from tuppencecoloured.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. This is what I've been making today. It's a little Easter Bunny treat box, and if you stay with me I will show you how it all went together. These are the things that I used to make the box. I have Sahara sand card. You are going to need a full A4 piece for this, and I've got some scrap pieces of basic black, whisper white, pink pirouette and very vanilla. This project uses quite a lot of dies, and the essential one is the curvy keepsake box die. I'm using dies from the Flower Fair set and also from the mini treat bag set of dies. I'm using ink in Sahara sand and pink pirouette. Stamps from the Sealed with Love stamp set. I have a 3/4 of an inch punch and a 1/4 inch circle punch, and some very vanilla thick baker's twine. You probably already realised there's going to be quite a bit of die cutting with this project, so I just want to run through what I'm going to be cutting out and in what colours. So this is the curvy keepsake box, and I'm going to need to cut 2 of these. This bit of card is going to need to be trimmed down a bit to fit through the big shot, and I'm going to need another piece just like it because I need 2 of these box bases, and I'm also going to need 2 of these. It's a petal from the Flower Fair set, but that's going to be a bunny ear, so I'm going to need 2 of those, and those are in the Sahara sand, so that's good to go. On the pink pirouette, I'm going to cut 2 of the smaller petal, and I'm also going to cut out some of the little hearts. Now I only need 1, so I could fit it onto the edge of my card just like that, or I could just say what the heck and cut out a whole strip of them. But those are going to be in the pink pirouette, and I'm going to cut out the heart shape, which is also from the treat box. The treat bag, which is where that one came from, and I forgot to say, and I'm going to cut 1 of those in very vanilla. So I'm going to go over to the big shot and do that, and I will be right back. So I'm back from the big shot with all my pieces of card die cut. I'm just going to put these bits aside for a minute, because the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create the box. So I'm just going to line the 2 halves up, and I want to make sure when I stick it down that all of the flaps can fold freely and they don't kind of bump into one another. So when I'm lining it up, I'm not going to push this piece right up into that corner there, because if I did that, look what happens. I can't move the flap freely. So I need to make sure that everything's lined up very carefully. And I'm going to put some fuse onto this piece here, and I think 3 strips will be fine. And I'm not going to press anything down until I'm sure I've got everything lined up where I need it to be. So talk amongst yourselves for a minute while I sort this out. There you are, and the flaps fold quite freely. I'm going to do some sponging before I put the bunny's face and ears together. So I've got my fingered aubers and I've got Sahara sand, and I'm just going to edge the bunny's ear just like this. And for the inner part of the ear, same thing but with the pink pirouette. I'm going tone on tone. Okay, and I'm doing one ear at a time because you don't need to sit through watching me doing both. Now a little bit of my wet adhesive once I've cleared the nozzle. So just a spot on the back of the inner ear of the bunny. Okay, and I can let that dry. And I'm also going to sponge the bunny's nose, which is rather tiny, but I'm still going to do it. Okay, and I am going to do the other ear. I'm just going to do it off camera because you've seen me do one. You don't need to see me do two. Alright, and this is the bunny's face, so I'm just going to give that, this is very vanilla of course, and I'm just going to give that a touch of the soft suede, just to, you know, just to keep everything working nicely together. Okay, so little bunny nose goes onto bunny face, just like that, and bunny face goes onto curvy keepsake box, just like that. The bunny needs eyes, so I have a scrap of Whisper White and a scrap of basic black and a 3/4 inch circle punch. I don't know why I turned it over to look at it, because I've written it on the back. And the bunny has 2 eyes, so I'm going to punch out 2 of the Whisper White circles. And I have a 1/4 inch circle punch, and I'm going to punch out 2 black circles. I'm going to layer these up, so spot of liquid glue on the back of the black circle, and I'm going to put them around about there, I think, so my bunny can look like that. Oh, I think I want him a little bit cross-eyed, because that's fun that way. Okay, so let's put bunny eyes in place. Ooh, do I need to sponge them? What do you think? No, I'll leave it just like that. Okay. There we go, and that's the bunny's face. I decided that he wasn't quite rabbity enough, so I cut a sort of little plant pot shape out of the scrap of Whisper White, and I have checked, there is room to tuck this underneath the face panel, and it probably would have been better if I decided to do this before I stuck the face down, but as it happens, there's sufficient room around the edge of that piece that I can actually get away with doing that. So it's up to you whether you want him to have rabbity teeth or not. That's entirely your choice. It's your bunny. Right, so the last component is his ears, and I've already folded this one. I want to fold the bottom part of the ear back. Okay, just about there, and it doesn't matter if they're not exactly identical, just, you know, close enough will do. All right, so now I am going to assemble the box. I'm going to do a little bit of training it with my fingers. I'm just going to curve it gently. Okay, and I've folded back these pieces. All right, and just gently, I mean, if you've got a rolling pin, curving these over a rolling pin works really, really well. Okay, and it's only paper. It's not going to make your rolling pin unfit for culinary uses thereafter. All right, now I've assembled the box because I want to make sure that I position the ears in the right place. So a little bit of wet glue. Oops, too much wet glue. Never mind, I'm just going to wipe that off on my silicone mat, and let's just position the rabbit's ear, just like that. Okay. And I'm going to pick up the excess glue from the first bunny ear and put on the second one. Now you position these wherever looks good to you, alright? I like them kind of there, or you could put them at the back, but what you want to make sure is that this piece here, you're not blocking it in any way, alright? Because otherwise you won't be able to open and close your little box. Alright, so let's, and of course the beauty of liquid adhesive, like your Tombow, or your wet adhesive of choice, is that you can move things around for a little while. Okay, so I'm reasonably happy with that, and I'm just going to leave it on one side for all the adhesive to dry. I've got my sentiment, which is this one, Sending Love, from Sealed with Love, already mounted up onto my block. I've got my silicone mat underneath because this is a photopolymer stamp, and I'm using Sahara Sand. I couldn't think of the name of it for a minute. And I'm just going to stamp that down onto my little scrap of Very Vanilla, and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that the ink has had plenty of time to transfer, and I'm quite happy with that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little tag die which comes with the curvy keepsake box, and I'm going to go over to my Big Shot and I'm going to cut that out. There it is, there's the tag all cut out, and I did go round the edge with a little bit of Sahara Sand on my finger dauber, and now I'm just going to attach this to my box. Now obviously put your treats inside before you do this. I haven't got any treats in this box, this is kind of a dummy one. So I've just cut myself a length of Very Vanilla baker's twine, and I'm just going to fold it in half, just like that, okay? And then I'm going to pass front to back, because I think that gives a nicer finish, but you can do back to front if you want to. You're in charge, you know. This is entirely up to you. And now I'm just going to tie that on to the handles of the bunny box. And I'm just going to tie a simple knot. Alright, you can be fancy if you want to. You are in charge, okay? Okay, and it just needs to hold the tag on. It doesn't need to do anything, you know, about holding the box together, because of the way it's constructed, it holds itself together. So that's really, really clever. Okay, so I've got some frayed ends there. Now I can choose to embrace it and fray them further, or if I don't want them frayed, whoops, I could just put a little bit of my liquid adhesive on my finger and just rub it over the ends. But you know what, I'm actually going to embrace the frayed look, I think. Yes, let's be a bit kind of slightly grungy bunny. Okay. And there you go. So here's the finished box, and with a few little mini Easter eggs in there. I'm sure that would be a very welcome little gift on Easter morning. And that is it for today. Thank you very, very much for joining me. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and if so, then don't forget to click the like button, leave me a comment, share this video, why don't you? And if you've really enjoyed it, then please do subscribe to my channel. I will be posting more very soon. I would love it if you'd hop on over to my Facebook page. The details are below this video, and leave me a picture of what you've been up to. I would really like to see it. And but that is it for now. Thank you very, very much again for joining me, and I hope that I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.